Well, I mean, the mood we were in was pretty positive. Before we wrote the last record 6 years ago, we were, we didn't have any thing yet or any money, any success with everything, and we were very frustrated because we were signed for many years. With this record, we were very positive going into it. We kind of achieved toured the world and had success, and we wanted to write a very positive record. So the whole record is very upbeat, optimistic, positive.
È un disco fondamentalmente ottimista, perché comunque quello che è successo col disco precedente, quindi comunque con un tipo di sorpresa, di successo che loro hanno avuto, è stato un po' un sogno per loro, quindi hanno cominciato a girare il mondo, hanno fatto tour, eccetera, eccetera, e quindi chiaramente tutti questi sentimenti positivi li hanno buttati nel nuovo album.
Would you like to say something about this, the first single, the meaning of the song and stuff like this?
Well, the first song's called Our Lives. It's the first song we wrote for the record. It was January last year when we started writing, and it pretty much sums up the whole record. It's like a very upbeat, optimistic song, and kind of after we achieved all this stuff and toured the world and did all these things, they were rushing us to do the next record so quickly that we didn't have time to appreciate what we've achieved and what we have. And I think a lot of people just keep rushing around and they never slow down to be in the present, So this song was kind of a message to everybody, to try to make the best of your lives and take the time to slow down and appreciate life. And it'll be over one day. You won't even know.
I know. Are you satisfied with your life?
Yeah. I mean, this is a big step right now. It's the second record. This is where bands kind of either disappear or not. So we really took the time to make sure that this is the best record we possibly can make. The whole record, all the way through, we spent years doing it, and I think we're definitely happy with it.
Qualcuno ha bisogno della traduzione? Okay.
Have you ever really shoot a video of the song? So what's about where you shoot?
Shot in Los Angeles, where we live. It's pretty much like visually trying to explain the song in a way, not too cheesy, not too defined, but it's pretty much it's a performance video. Obviously, we're performing.
So you are in the studio or outside?
We're actually performing with a band in a, I don't even know where we are.
Anyway,
some weird place.
Inside, anyway.
But it's pretty much the whole world. The whole world outside, the people, the cars, everything is moving like 10 times as fast as we are throughout the video, and we're kind of getting this message out. And there's moments where it goes to slow motion, and pretty much in the last chorus, everything finally goes to normal speed, and all the things that you couldn't really see what was happening now you kind of do. And there's kind of a very subtle, like, minute type thing that happens. I don't know, it's hard to explain it to see it.
Yeah, you have to see it.
Yeah, strange.
Ditemi se avete bisogno, cioè se non capite qualcosa ditemi.
Something about the fact that you got a castle in Umbria, your family.
I was there yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
You want to know about it?
Yeah. Talk about this.
Well, my dad makes movies. He did very well, and in like 1984, there's an auction for this castle. It's from 1300. It was built. It's very old. It's very big. It's a crazy place. We've only lived on 2 of the floors, but there's 8 stories. It's hundreds of thousands of square meters or whatever you call it. And I grew up there. Every summer we go there. My parents were both not born, but raised in Italy, in Rome. And so my dad speaks Italian. He's lived a lot of his life here, and I lived here a lot too at the house.
You speak Italian too?
A little. I understand it pretty decently, but I need to learn it. I feel stupid now.
And which town is the castle?
It's a little tiny town called Giove by Orvieto. Little north of Orvieto. But what's cool is now he's and I wanted to tell you that now he built a restaurant, like a really nice restaurant in the castle that's opening on Easter, and he's turning it into a spa, hotel, restaurant. So it's really crazy. He's done with all this stuff.
So,
don't be too much because then you will find Andrea under your.
No, we want everyone
behind your door, knocking.
So the privacy will land with this.
No, I mean when we go there for vacation, it's over, yeah. But when we're not, it's just such an incredible place, and you can get a tour, and I mean it's really. I was so lucky to be able to have that as a kid. It's really cool.
So you got also friends in Umbria?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up, there's people who I grew up with, friends there now work for my dad. And they're going to work at the restaurant and stuff. It's funny. It's really nice.
About Italy, it's true that you're very fond of Ferrari.
Yeah, of course. Who is not? What rock star is not fond of a Ferrari? Yeah, I have a Ferrari. I have a Ducati. I love Italian.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Which color?
Modena, red.
Right.
And Ducati, red. And Mini Cooper, red. Everything's red.
Yeah.
Ducati's a motorcycle.
Yeah. I mean, Italian makes the best cars and motorcycles.
All red.
Yeah, everything's red.
Why?
Why not?
No, but the Mini Cooper red.
Yeah.
I understand Ferrari red. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like red.
Yeah.
I wish smart cars were out in America. Those things are so cool. The smart cars, so tiny. In America, it would never work. Not safe.
How did you choose the car for the album?
It was difficult. We took a long time trying to decide that. We, Aaron, my partner, found a artist online, and I think he's French, Culture Sean, but he has amazing artwork, and I actually found that picture in his artwork. I went on there and looked, and then we had him redo it and make it so it made sense. It just seemed like a perfect cover for what the record's about and kind of the name of the record.
Do you feel the pressure with this record? Just have a big success.
Yeah, I think right now I don't feel any pressure anymore because I'm really confident about the music. And Claude Davis walked in and produced this record with us. He executive produced it, and having him on our team and all the songs that we did and how long it took and making it perfect. And I'm confident. When we sat there and we're like, okay, we need to write 5 hit songs and make another record, it was like that's when you feel pressure, but it was never too bad,
And what about working with Clive Davis, who is one of the most important person in the record industry?
Yeah,
and it's quite strange that works also on an album, because now
an executive, he's
yeah.
a label, he's not.
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing. I've been signed to BMG to RCA for almost 8 years now, and I've seen 5 different presidents of RCA. And tons of different people, and then for the first time, someone running the label, running the business, who also can call me and say, on the song "Our Lives," minute 3:25, when you say this, maybe this should. He's like, he knows everything, he knows every word, he knows every beat of every song, and can tell you what Pretty much what he did. The most important thing, he came in and said, "There's no pressure, there's no rush." He said, "I don't care if it takes you 5 years to make this record, or it costs $10 million to make it." He's like, "You just need to make the best record you can." So he pretty much took all the pressure off and let us just do what we wanted to do. So.
And which is the most important advice that he gave to you and to your?
Probably what I just said.
Yeah.
Just making sure that it's perfect, because a lot of bands rush into their second record. You have your whole life to write your first record, and you have 6 months to write your second record, and that's usually why people don't, do better. So that was probably the best thing he did.
And he gave you also technical advices in the studio.
We were so flattered because he had no comments about the songs. He thought all the songwriting was great. His comment was about production. He wanted this record to sound like today and not like the last record, which I think sounded kind of dated. So now I think he wanted to just kind of up the production level.
So could you tell us something about your private life? Sorry, but what do you do in your free time? And if you have a girlfriend?
Yeah,
who is she?
I have a girlfriend, 4 years, who I'm sure I'll marry someday soon. And we lived together after touring for 2 years in the last record. I had all last year I was home, kind of. I was still. I had a hit song with Santana. I was busy a lot, but we bought a house in Los Angeles, and I bought a house in Florida, and I got to spend time home and just be normal person, which was really nice.
She is an actress or
yeah, she's an actress. She does a lot of television. Sky. Yeah.
Where did you meet?
Where did I meet?
Yes.
kind of confused. Pretty much summed up, Aaron, my partner, introduced me to her on a blind date.
Blind date?
Yeah, and Aaron's girlfriend of 3 years, I introduced him on a blind date. So, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Aaron was the boyfriend of your sister.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
They dated for 1 year, about 8 years ago, when I first met her. And it was never very serious, and then, everything happened, so they broke up.
He's older than you.
Yeah, when I met Aaron, I was 15. When I was signed to BMG, I was 15, and Aaron was 19, so he's about 4 years old.
So you signed when you were 15?
Yeah, they took me out of high school.
I read that you are a big fan of Jack Black. No?
I think he's funny, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'm a big fan of Jack Black.
Have you seen Through a Rock?
Yeah. Great.
What do you think?
It was great. It was hilarious, I mean, he's so over the top. It's crazy. But no, I thought it was a really funny movie. And I was impressed because all those kids those were real musicians, those kids. And there's some pretty talented kids. So it was cool. It was a good movie.
You like Tenacious D?
It's funny for like 5 minutes. It's not funny anymore. But yeah, it's funny. I think it's cool.
Do you have any hobbies in spare time? You don't have spare time,
Yeah, I mean, the spare time that I had, it was always about just like relaxing, I mean, going to see movies, driving around, hanging out with my family, my little brothers, and
which kind of movies you like?
all kinds of movies, yeah, any kind.
The last one was the one you appreciate.
That I appreciate it? I mean, it was really stupid movies that Starsky and Hutch was. It was really funny, but it was really stupid. Lord of the Rings. The last Lord of the Rings was probably one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
And the last record that you changed?
Maroon 5 is probably, since we're kind of labeling.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And we are starting to promote Maroon 5
Yeah,
now.
and they're a really good band, really nice guys. And every country we've been to in the last week or two, they're always playing. It's a good response. I mean, I've talked to them, I met them, we both, years and years ago, played in Los Angeles together, and we played a few shows together in clubs and stuff. So it's cool to see each other now, and we're both, actually in other countries doing, doing some stuff. There's a lot of bands in Los Angeles that would die to be where we are. So yeah, they're really good guys.
And what about the fact that people see you like a boy band when you do rock music?
I think it's only in Europe that I find that people kind of look at us that way. I mean, I'm a boy and I'm young, but I mean, this couldn't be any more of a real band in the sense of all the bands that have come before us in rock music. And from the start, I've been playing, singing, and writing songs since I was 2 years old. We have no outside help with the writing. We've written all our songs by ourselves. We co-produced this record. We play our own instruments. We run our own business. We run our touring company. We run our merchandise. We run everything. Websites. I mean, we're doing everything. So it's hard to, I think the boy band is more, or like a boy band definition is more of an entertainer, or almost like a puppet. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I think there's a place for that kind of stuff, but I just think it's different. I think that's like an entertainer, and maybe someone who's actually doing everything and creating it is more of an artist. That's my opinion.
Don't you think that some video patinati, glamorous video that you made helped a lot this kind of misunderstanding?
Which video?
I don't know, the first one.
Yes and no. I don't know. We're a band performing the song in the video, so it's hard to say. It's hard to say why that would make us a boy band. I don't know. I don't think it helped anything, or it made anything worse. I'm not going to wear a bag on my head and pretend to be who. It is what it is. But hopefully, with this record, we can try to get away from that. But I mean, I don't have a problem with looking into the audience of the show if they're all young girls. They all love the music, and they're all singing along, and that's important. I'd rather have an audience of women than an audience of guys. So,
There are any guests from this album? Just the band you.
Yeah. I don't think it's a very typical thing in the music that we do to have, featuring Missy Elliott or something like that.
How came the duet with some time? I mean, he called you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, him and, it's kind of confusing because Chad Kroger from Nickelback wrote the song and he was singing the song on Shaman on the record. And for some reason, I don't know, his record company wanted it or something weird, they wanted someone else to sing the song, someone younger to do the video and do the press and do the TV. And so, they came to me last year and said they wanted me to do it. I re-sang the song in the studio, and I got to go on tour with him and did some shows with him, did TV, and it was cool.
But what was your impression to meet so great artist?
What's my impression?
Yeah.
When I met him?
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy because, he's a legend who's been around. My parents listened to him, and, he's still successful. So I was intimidated, but he was the nicest guy on the stage and stuff. He was the nicest guy I've ever met in the business, hands down. Was so appreciative of me doing it, which was really strange because I was like, no, I should be kissing his feet. But he was just so nice. He was such a nice guy, and he had a lot of good advice. And it's really cool.
What relationship do you have with your fans?
Well, that's probably, I guess that would be considered one of my hobbies or my own hobby, which is really sad, but I'm always on the internet. I'm always communicating with fans. We're always trying to keep them in touch. Someone else is just political one. I have a personal email address that I gave to the fans, and I go on there myself personally and answer as much as I humanly possibly can every other day, even on tour. It's actually Alex Band. AOL.com. BAND. BAND 888. But we have the greatest fans ever, I think the real thing that showed me was when we won the Best New Artist at the MTV Europe Awards over, much bigger artists like Shakira and Avril Lavigne, and there's no way we have a fan base the size of them, but I think our fans must have sat there and and voted each of them 1,000 times. So we were really, 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 really hardcore fans.
So maybe Europe Awards or America?
Yeah.
Europe. What do you think about Avril Lavigne?
I think her first record was great. I think she's the guy who produced our record, Cliff Magnus, just produced her a lot of her new records and was working with her. But I think she's awesome. I think she's a good singer. Her last record the songs were great. She's doing something different. I thought it was cool. I haven't heard this new record yet.
You know her?
Who? I've met her. Yeah, I've met her once or twice. She's nice, but no, not friends. None of these people have time to be friends anymore.
And are you gonna do a tour after the release of this record?
Yeah, we're doing 2 months of promotional touring. We were blessed with success all over the world, so we really kind of got to go everywhere. In Europe and Japan and America and everything first. And we're going to start touring in May in America, and then full tour either July or August in Europe.
And you gonna play in small venues or?
I don't know. It depends. If we go to a new market we haven't been to, we'll usually do a showcase or something. But I think this time around it's going to be bigger shows.
In arenas?
What's that?
In arena, you're gonna play.
I don't think we're at that level. Hopefully this record, has multiple singles and we can get to that point. But it depends where we are. If we go somewhere like Brazil, we're playing 12,000 people a night, and when we go to places like America, we're playing 3,000 to 4,000 people. So it just depends.
What would be the next single?
I don't know. There's 5 singles for the record, so it's kind of like whatever they pick. I don't know. I really don't. That's up to Mr. Davis.
Any plans to have your songs in other films? Soundtrack like that, Davis?
Yeah, that stuff always happens. There's 2 things. There's either we write a song for a movie, which we can only really do in between records. That's how the Daredevil thing works. We can't really write a song for a movie right now. But yeah, I'm sure they'll put our songs.
We are writing a song for a movie right now?
No, I'm saying we can't.
We can't because we are busy.
Yeah. But we'll definitely have something. I mean, they put our songs in movies all the time. So, I mean, our lives is, we're actually passing some things down. We want to put it in something really big.
For that day, they contacted you to write a song, express for the film?
Yeah, it's fun to do that because they say, there's 10 other bands writing this song. One of them's going to win. You got one day to write and record the song, and we can't show you the movie, but make the song about blind justice. Blind justice. Make a cool song about blind justice. So it was fun. So
and,
we won. Yeah, we won.
What do you think about your fans that instead of buying your record, they download it from internet?
I mean, it's
And
very.
what do you think about this phenomenon in general?
I mean, I think it sucks. I think it sucks. I mean, I make a lot of money from songs playing on the radio, from royalties. So the idea of losing record sales to me as the artist is kind of a bummer because but at the end of the day, I'm not going to complain about it because I'm very lucky already. But as seeing the record label and all the record labels and people that worked really hard at our record label and people that I was friends with and people that we've worked with, and they're all gone. I mean, everyone is gone. And these record labels and people that need jobs that really work hard is like disappearing. So I just, I think it's just, I don't know how to get to the kids' heads to make them realize that, they're stealing something and people are paying the consequences of what they're doing. I mean, I love things like the new iTunes Music Store. I don't think they have it here in Europe yet.
No.
Just started, okay. Because it's like, to be able to go on and 2 minutes download someone's whole record for $10 is like, I mean, it's perfect. You know what I mean? It's really, I mean, as someone who has downloaded music, it's really hard to find a whole record for free online. It's really hard. You have to really kind of sit there for a long time to find it. To find a song or two on a record is easy. But it's way easier for a kid to go pay $10 and download the whole record. So hopefully they'll.
And then you talked about this issue with Clive Davis. What?
Yeah, he's very passionate about it. I try not to talk to him too much because he'll get really angry about it. But they're BMG, just like all the other major labels now, are pretty much trying to make it more available for fans or for people to buy music online. Because I don't think, especially the last 2 years, it was really easy to buy music online and download it. Because I think if you make that easy for kids and a good price for kids, then there won't be so much free download. Yeah.
Which is the exact date of the birth?
June 8th, 1981.
June 8th, 1981.
And our record actually is coming out. In America, it's coming out on June 8th.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I missed 70, sadly.
Just my curiosity. I don't know if you, in the past, you had some problem with a dog. True?
Oh, was that? Yeah.
What kind of dog was that?
I was a huge Great Dane. I was like 9 years old. Christmas, and it attacked me from my cheek open. It was gross. But I had surgery, stitches all here. Now you can barely see it, but it was bad for.
And now you're afraid of dogs, or?
No, not at all. I was teasing the dog. It was my fault.
It was your fault.
Yeah. It was my fault.
Ok, voi siete a posto? Sì. Altre domande? Niente? Ok. Grazie molte.